What up, what's good, what it do? It is KJ, and we are back with another episode of the KSquared podcast. I'm currently in New York. I have a comedy show in Harlem, tomorrow night. And my girlfriend had, her sister's graduation was this week. She graduated from NYU, and so we popped up a little bit early. Gonna make a bit of a trip out of it. And I'm currently in the gym because she's working in the hotel room. And so this is where I'm doing the podcast today. And today, I just wanted to go over corporate theft. Yeah. Did you know wage theft is the largest form of theft in the United States? What that tells me is that you poor people don't have confidence to steal like you should. Because in no way billionaires should be robbing us the most. You know what I'm saying? They rob us in our face, but they also robbing us behind our backs. So it's crazy when you find out that wage theft is one of the largest forms of theft in the country. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I told you I have lots of followers on social media. About 500,000 over the platforms, which I know is like nothing crazy in comparison to some people, but I feel like it should definitely be enough for me to draw ad revenue. And sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. And so what happens is, you go onto a site, you start a new profile, they send it viral. And while your stuff is going viral, they're allowing you to promote. They're allowing for you to get lots of followers. And then they're paying you, and they'll put you on a monetization program, say that you're one of the top creators. And then one day they just say that your content is unoriginal. And it's weird because there's been multiple times in multiple platforms where I've been told that content's unoriginal. So I make it a point to kind of put out more original content on certain platforms. They still flag you for unoriginal content. And I'm like, wow. So basically this video right here of me in a gym talking to the people that follow my podcast or my YouTube channel, they can say that this is unoriginal. And so that just goes to let you know, you don't own this shit, not in the slightest. And at any point in time, they could take it from you. I'm not talking about the people, I'm not talking about cancel culture. I'm talking about the people who are over and own the sites. And that being said, I've given up confidence, or I've lost confidence in the ad part of content creation. I think that now content creation is straight up going to be for fan engagement as well as ticket sales. I don't believe that too many more sales come from it, but we'll see. It always depends on how much somebody likes someone else. While we're here, I guess we'll go over my workout routine. I work out a little bit. I don't work out a crazy amount, like not like I should, but I do. I'm just not consistent like I should be. One thing I like to do is a lot of push-ups because I see the results the fastest with push-ups. I personally think I do. And so I like to start off with a quick set of 25 to 50, depending on how we feel. Let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna cut this out, the actual podcast. And we're back. I feel like working out is one of them things that as an adult you gotta make yourself do. It's like eating vegetables as a child. It's like you gotta go in here most of the time just because you don't want to get fat. But truth be told, it's beyond getting fat. Because truth be told, some people out here that's just real big and they just gonna be big. They're gonna work out and they're gonna run. They gonna lift, and they just gonna be big. Cause their mama was big, their daddy was big. Long line of big people going up. That's just how it is. Trust me. You think I put this on everything I love. I didn't want to be this skinny. I worked hard to not be this skinny. And guess what? 36 years old, it's still here. You're still fucking skinny. I thought I was gonna have a man chest. Oh, I thought I was gonna have a man chest by the time I was at least 30. And it was just like, no, you're still 180 pounds, big dog. You can't even get to the 200. I got to the 200 one time and I started seeing my neck bulge. I was like, yeah, this look weird. This is weird looking. Let's talk about something more of substance stuff. Back to this wage theft. I'm not the only creator. I've seen a lot of the other creators coming out and start to talk about it, the fact that they're being robbed. And I just think it's foul. I just think it is foul because I just worked at a job, right? And I gave them my resignation today. When I tell you this job hired me in December, in January, they told me the schedule they hired me at is no longer the schedule that they're providing. So basically, they hired me for a remote position. 1 month in, they was like, yeah, we're not doing that remote shit no more. I was like, oh, is that it? Other jobs have done that. I'm not upset about that. I get it. I don't mind going to work, fuck it. Not even 30 days after that, they said, hey, we're changing the commission structure. That's when I decided to quit. I didn't tell nobody, but that was the moment I was like, all right, y'all got me so fucked up. And so they basically was like, we're changing the commission structure, and was like, we're not gonna pay you guys what we said we were gonna pay you. Also, they're not investing in any more leads. So that means that you're probably not gonna have the number of sales that you used to. But y'all keep your heads up. It's like, I'm gonna keep my head up on this Indeed and LinkedIn, because you got me fucked up. That being said, I just got another position that pays a lot more, and I'm really lucky and blessed, thank God. And I just hope this one's better. But truth be told, my goal by the end of this year or early next year is to be running my business full time and not have to work for a company. And I know a lot of people can just up and not do that, but not me. It takes a lot of work and time, consistency, and faith. I gotta have a lot of faith. Talking to y'all while working out is not easy. I knew it was gonna be hard. I don't know how them fitness influencers do it. Actually, I do. I know exactly how they do it. They're not working out. That's how they do it. I have to push-ups. I like to move on to pull-ups, but I'm not gonna do that right now. We'll do that when we're done with the podcast. We're currently talking to people about real life shit. I'm in New York and I love New York. One thing about it is it has the best comedy game out here, bar none. It's not even close, like how much better New York is as a comedy city than everywhere else. And it took me a while to realize why, but New York really respects stand-up. And so you can go to 5, 6, 7 different rooms, get up, and guess what? A bunch of them will pay you. And so that being said, you can eat pretty well, because even at $50 a pop is $400 at the end of the night. You get up to 8 shows. So I love that about New York. Don't get me wrong, in Atlanta, you do right. You can sell out a lot of tickets and you can make some really good shows, as well as Houston and other markets that I've been in. But New York gives you an opportunity to show yourself to a lot of people who have never seen you, who are just fans of stand-up. Fans of stand-up are very valuable to the stand-up comedian, just because they're open to seeing new stand-up comedians. They're open to seeing you bomb. They're open to seeing you try new stuff. They're open to seeing you do crap. They're open to all the stuff you might do. Versus some people are like, no, come here, give me their absolute best, and I don't want any practice. Which is obviously, once you do larger shows, you're gonna have more people like that. I just love the fact that in New York, you're able to open up your pen differently. Like, I don't feel like I have to grasp the crowd and like get out there and start going super hard and performative just to make everybody laugh. I feel like in New York, it can be a lot easier. I can chill and I can just speak, and the laughs catch a lot faster. I like it. So I'm excited to be out here. I'm not sure who's on the show tonight. I just literally hit up the owner of the club and he was like, yeah, come through. And so I don't know who's on the show tonight. I'm sure I'm sure somebody's going to be funny. I'm sure people I know will be there, and I'm going to do everything I can to get as much footage for the podcast or for the YouTube as possible. I still haven't come up with a schedule for this podcast yet. It's confusing just because I'm really starting to draw away from the quick 5-minute clip content just because of the things I explained to you. Now I feel like I can just give something a little bit more long form, you know, where we can talk and relax. While we're here, let's go over we'll go over a few viral subjects. That's what we're gonna call them. We'll go over a few viral subjects with you guys, and then I'm gonna go over a few possible new jokes from the premise. And then I will let you guys let you go. Also, there was an update on that Chud the Builder guy. We'll start there. Apparently, he was outside of the court. He was on bond, and he shot a black man because obviously he was sitting there baiting black people to shoot him, only to find out he's got a lengthy criminal record and that he was out on bond, hadn't had a weapon, which was illegal at the time of where he was, and he antagonized another black person, and this time he got to shoot someone, and he said he was going to do it. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to go in here and defend myself. That's what he thought his plan was going to be. He in jail right now. He facing a lot of time. Like a lot of time. I think they said like 80, 90 years because of hate crime. You know what I'm saying? When you say nigga while you commit the crime, you really put yourself in a bad spot. And I love that for him. You know, I'm really glad that he could be where he is. I saw this video on the internet showing 80s and 90s scare tactic videos to crack. And this is one I've never seen, but I thought was hilarious. Let's take a look at it.
Or ice? Yeah! Someone crazy on crack will not know what to do. If you're there, if you're scared, it's still up to you. Someone crazy on crack is in a bad way. Call 911. Call it soon, right away. Crack! It beats up your heart. Crack! It blows up your brain. Crack! It rips up your lungs. Crack! It burns out your veins. What you gonna do when these drugs come your way? Amphetamine? Stop that thing! Crack and ice? That's dangerous one!
It'll put you in the major leagues. Major.
And that single-handedly ended the crack epidemic. Why make you want to dance the whole time? Crack, it beats up your heart. Crack, it stops it from what? Crack, it gets in the way. Crack, crack. Okay, I'm sorry, there's people in here with me. Please, thinking I'm back in my studio dancing to the crack song. I imagine that was part of that whole Reagan administration war on drugs thing. I didn't see it. I think that's a little past my generation. But back in the past, Nancy Reagan came out. She was just like, we're going to go and have a war on drugs, the same drugs that her husband was putting in the community. And then they start putting a bunch of black people in jail, you know, creating a system in which they could get paid from the labor of criminals. That way they could profit off of the bodies of other people. But why we got to go into that, right? We talked about it last week. Next we gonna get back into the internet. Get back into the internet. I see so much craziness. I just see so much retardedness. Here we go. Tim Duncan helps Coach Pop with stroke rehab every day. You know what's crazy about this is it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. You play 20 years with one team, with one coach. You mean it? Yeah, that man has got to be the closest thing to a father that isn't a father. Because I have a coach that was there I've had coaches that were in my life for 2, 3, 5 years, and forever. I remember what these people did for me, and it was a very, very close relationship because not very many people can look at you right in your face and be like, get out of my face, you fucking dumbass. And you know it's out of love, you know? I personally, I've had many coaches. Lee, get your stupid ass off the fucking football field. Lee, get your dumb ass out of here. Lee, your ass ain't going to the meet next week. Lee, you think you finna run like that and be on my goddamn team? But they all kept me, you know? They all brought me back. I was a doozy. And I really really appreciate what coaches do. In my mind, I want to be a coach later on in my volunteer time. My child is getting of age and I'm realizing he needs help. And so do a bunch of children his age. I don't know if you ever watch 5 and 6 year olds play sports, you'd be like, oh man, oh man, this is what it started as. You gonna talk about no hand-eye coordination, boy. They just be so bad. My son can't throw a baseball straight. This nigga been throwing shit since he was 2, accurately, just throwing shit at everybody. Now every time he throw the baseball, it fly up in the air. I'm like, nigga, hold it for like half a second longer so it goes forward. Right back into the air. Like, God. But I watch the rest of the kids and I'm like, okay, I probably started off the same way. It is what it is. But yeah, Tim Duncan and Coach Pop is just, that seems like an amazing relationship. And on top of it, Tim Duncan is wearing these jeans that I think Michael Jordan has special made in Italy just for him. Like, he got a pair of Michael Jordan jeans on, but those not even the Jordan brand. Those are Michael Jordan's jeans. He just got them extended a little bit. You know, they probably got a cuff at the bottom because they're ass. Why are your jeans like that? Why do your jeans look like that? That shit is terrible. One time for Spirit Airlines, before we get off of here, the fact that Spirit is gone is just so frustrating to me. I had to fly out here on Delta, and I'm not against Delta. Yes, I am, because they make too much money. They charge too much money. I prefer discount airlines. I like to fly as cheap as possible. And everybody else was like, fuck that. Spirit Airlines is to be no more. I blame this administration and Delta. I don't know what Delta did or how Delta could have did it, but I blame them. I do. And that is what it is. In more serious political news, I forgot, they are apparently redistricting voting areas and undoing the redlining from the 60s. And basically letting me know that anything any president done can be undone. At this rate, I think they could really bring back slaves. Like, I think they could straight up be like, hey, let's bring them back. Let's bring them back. Why not? What they gonna do? What they gonna do? All we gotta do is turn ICE into slave catchers and make them catch people and make them slaves. And I don't think that that's even too far from where we at right now. This is not a good place to be. I can tell you, no matter who the president has ever been in the United States, I ain't never felt like I feel right now. And I think everybody's starting to feel this. I think that's one thing where it's like, this is not comfortable. This is an all bad situation. And I'm pretty sure they locking shit in to where it's gonna take 20 years to undo what they're doing. The thing that gets you is like, Donald Trump is the face of it, but Donald Trump can't make these decisions alone. He's a puppet. There's really fucked up racist people in Congress. Congress is racist. Like, it's so wild to me that undoing civil rights, like America's progression has been civil rights and civil liberties for other people, and just taking that shit away and starting to just get rid of it. Like, yeah, diversity, fuck all that. Diversity, like, that's the first thing that the nigga got into the office and said was diversity. Get rid of diversity, because only the best people should get the job. I'm like, that don't even make sense, sir. So you mean to tell me what on earth has not been diverse and has been great? I'll wait. Nothing America did, because you ain't do nothing but steal the fucking diversity. You stole the work from the other people and then claimed it as your own, which was diversity all along. It's always been diverse. You just lied and said that these people didn't do what they did. I don't know. I just feel like it's hard to trust the government, especially when society is dumb. I just saw a video of people trying to read a sentence, and I'm trying to think of the sentence off the top of my brain. It was like, the deity is, I forget. Let me look up the fucking sentence. Because it was actually like, the people couldn't read. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I'm talking, these are adults, big dog. Here it goes. The deity had a premonition of the impending cataclysmic event. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Those are a couple of big words, but you're a fucking grown up. If you grown and you can't read, That's not embarrassing to you. This shit embarrassing to me, and I don't even know these people. I like it just is frustrating because I'm like, that means I don't know. Can you read? She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary but somewhat gauche. I thought, I don't like assume myself to be like a really, really smart person, but I'm just realizing, I think if there's a scale from 1 to 10, I think I'm about a 4. Half you motherfuckers are -5s. I didn't even know we was walking around here with this many -5s out here. You can't read at a 10th grade reading level. You're a grown up. Oh man, maybe the billionaires are right. Maybe we should bring the robots, because I don't know what the fuck we gonna do. You can't read, and then you don't want to work at McDonald's? What the fuck you gonna do? Let me get back to my workout. I'm in the gym yelling. There's people in here with me. That just bothered me. And I get it. Gauche was the one where I was like, yeah, I get most people haven't heard the word gauche. Sometimes as a comedian, I don't want to sound dumb on stage, so I look words up. But every other word in there other than gauche, like, This shit here, I ain't even realize. This shit made me realize I'm a sapiosexual. Because if I ever met a woman, I don't care how fine she was, and she couldn't read a sentence, but I'm walking the fuck off. I might like have fun for a night. Then I'm leaving. I'm not staying. If like she was the sweetest lady ever, I would literally be like, man, English better be your second language. Because if you can't read, I gotta go. You ain't gotta go, I gotta go. Personally. That's why I realized it. I didn't realize it. I'm attracted to smart women, but luckily I'm attracted to black women, and they be smart and fine. People don't know that because they be on the internet talking shit, but they really smart and really pretty. That's why they be getting mad and can't find good quality men, because niggas can't say gauche. You guys, this has been episode 5 of the KSquared podcast. I'm gonna drop these quite a bit. Right now I am in New York. I'm gonna drop more pieces of the show and clips from being in the city. I might find some sort of way to do content within the city once I get up and out. But I wanted to make sure I got this episode going. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can go ahead and share, subscribe, like, all of that. And just keep checking the channel. I'm gonna drop these 3 times a week. KJ Lee, and we're out for this part. See you later. Well, I'll be right back.